To Kaduna State, where 177 worshippers has been abducted, and report has it that 11 of the worshippers managed to escape. I'm being joined by Dr. Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, who is the former PDP presidential aspirant in the last election. He joins me virtually from the United States of America. A very beautiful evening, Dr. Anakwenze Nwachukwu. It's good to see you again, and it's also right to say Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, first of all, let me get your assessment of what you think in this whole thing. We've seen Nigeria being overpowered by these bandits, but it does look like 1 minute we're getting over it, and the next minute military are being overpowered. Well, we don't know where to go from here. What do you make out of all of this?
Anyway, my overall initial assessment. We envision a Nigeria where leadership is based on merit and hard work, fairness, and accountability as the measure. We want a united Nigeria with the world united, with everybody have a sense of belonging and not marginalized. We want a country, regardless of your ethnic, religious background, you feel you're part of the equation. A country where ethnic diversity is seen as strength and asset to be harnessed and celebrated. That's what we're looking for. So, in terms of religion, which is part of the fueling of the problem, we all have one God. God of Abraham is the God of Christians. God of Abraham is the God of Muslims. God of Abraham is the God of Jews. God of Abraham is the God of African religion. So why are we killing each other in the name of God? People who are sponsoring bandits, whether they are kings, whether they are chiefs, whether they are emir, whether they are sultans, they all culpable. If they are ex-military officials who are sponsoring the banditry, people should write down their names, because one day they will be accountable. They will be picked up from Nigeria. They will be taken to the world court where they will be tried to be in prison for the rest of their life or executed. You know, we all have to come together. We need to love each other. The North needs to love the South needs to love the North. All the ethnic groups need to work together. That's what we want. You know, all religions should love each other, not kill each other. We should be building. In America, when one person is missing in the bush, the government of California, they will send 10 helicopters, 200 military people and police searching for 30 days just for one person. And here in Nigeria, you're talking about 170. Some people are kidnapped, and it's like a joke. The rest of the world consider life very sacred and very important. One life lost is very serious, and here in Nigeria we are not. You have people in religious bodies encouraging others to go and kill other human beings. No God is telling them that is evil. They are worshiping evil. That's telling them to go and kill somebody. God doesn't want us to kill each other. God wants us to work with each other. Working with each other is what I'm all about. And that's where Nigeria needs to be going. In terms of, I've said this many times before, in terms of security, anybody who is depending on the federal government police or DSS or army to save them is a fool, is wasting their time. You're not serious about yourself. Security starts from yourself, from your house. You know, in America, every family is equipped with guns. If you try to break in, they will fight you back. The woman has a pistol, the man has a pistol, they will finish you before the police comes. Then from your house, your village, you need to have vigilantes in every village in Nigeria. You need to have that. And then the town, the same thing. Then the local government, then the state. Town to town needs to work with each other. That's the only way you will have peace. As long as somebody can come from the bush and kill you, kidnap you, and take people in the bush, nothing happens, they will continue doing that. The people who are motivated to fight are the local people, more than the federal police and National Guard and all of that. If you capture those people and you hand them to the police, you're wasting your time. They will release them the next day. Anybody that's caught has to be taken to the bush and have our ancestors deal with them so that they're answerable to ancestors. This thing must stop. The rest of the world is laughing at us. We are the country that's supposed to be head of black people, and here We are killing each other. We're acting like a fool, making black people shameful, making us shameful. Instead of trying to go forward, the rest of the world is building AI. Our own AI is tribalism, religious bigotry, killing each other like animals. Anyway, I will stop for now. I have a lot more to say.
Dr. Anakwenze, I'm trying to understand it when you say it doesn't feel right for the masses to depend on the government for security. I mean, we understand that the mandate of the government is to protect lives and property. So can you help us make more sense or give more clarity to that?
The local security needs to work with the state security and the state security with the national security. I didn't say that they don't depend. I said they should not, that should not be their first line of defense, waiting for somebody to drive 10 miles from Abuja to the village. You should have something right there in your house, in your village that will protect you until people come from Abuja to help you. We believe in working with the vigilantes. We believe in working with vigilantes, villages, towns, and state. And then federal government, we cooperate with all of them. But if you are depending on somebody who drive from Abuja to your place 10 hours later, all of your people will be dead. You're not serious if that's what you're depending on. That's
but
what I'm saying.
the masses are not armed, and most of these cases is not just something you can file with bare arms. So the masses don't have any arms to themselves and the rest of it. So isn't that where the government comes in?
The government role is there. Their role is to come in as a backup. I'm telling you, they will come 10 hours later. By then, all your mother and your father, your sisters are dead. You need to have local vigilante that's equipped with vehicles, motorcycles. Whatever the bandits are coming with, however they are getting it, you need to get it the same way. So,
all right.
I don't, if you call it armed, whatever way they're doing it, you need to do the same way to protect your life. You shouldn't be dependent on government to come from Abuja to save you. Everybody in your town will die. You need to equip yourself. That's what I'm telling you.
All right, Dr. Nwachukwu. Now, a few weeks ago, we saw the collaboration between the federal government and the US to fight insurgency in Nigeria. And to an extent, every Nigerian feels, oh, okay, this is fantastic. This is applauding. And it does look like, okay, it's looking like there is light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to security. But now, looking at this development in Kaduna State, what does it tell us about the current state of national security in Nigeria?
The current state of national security have always been poor. You have people who are sponsoring terrorists in government. Some of them were governors. Even to today, some of them are in the government, even vice president. They're in different levels, even head of defense and head of Navy Air Force. They are part of the terrorism. They are there. They are not removed. The U.S. coming is just one step. The whole of the world will need to intervene in Nigeria, African Union, West, the ECOWAS, the European Union. One day they will intervene to stop you from killing yourself. So you shouldn't, just one-time thing is not enough for you to have hope. The hope needs to be based on yourself, what you're doing for yourself. Then others can come and help you. But just depending on America and Trump is not going to work. You need to have something for yourself. If the terrorists are able to get the equipment they're using to fight you, you need to get it also the same way they get it. Otherwise, you will be history. You will not be there. They will say there used to be a village called this or called that. Nope, they're not there anymore. And people will come and occupy your village and they'll change the name of the town. So I'm saying you need to equip yourself. Find out what to do to equip yourself. If other people can do it, the band, you can do it the same thing too. That's what I'm telling you. Don't wait for the federal government to come and bring you arms.
All right, now talk to us about how you would react to the response of the police. I mean, the initial response of and communication by the police. Was it appropriate, given the fact that a sensitive issues like this that has to do with kidnapping, people's life, initially there was, oh, okay, there was no kidnapping and there was kidnapping. And later on, they still came out to say, oh, okay, there was an abduction. Now, looking at the response, what would you make out of it?
It's people who are not serious. They are not serious about what they're doing. So they're just trying to cover up themselves. There is abduction. They're not abduction. They're doing it. It's, you have mostly the Muslim groups attacking the Christian churches, coming there and killing people in churches and abducting them. It's evil. The police is weak. They are not strong. And the military, and they are not weak. They are not strong. They are weak. They are not able to do their job. That's why I'm telling you, don't depend on them. Depend on yourself. Create something for yourself that will protect your people. Otherwise, you will be extinct. One day they will be reading that they used to be somebody like you, but now you are dead.
Now, when you say they are weak, I want to understand from what angle exactly. Do you mean when it comes to funding, they are not properly funded, or when it comes to training, they are not getting adequate training? When you say they are weak, what do you mean by that exactly?
Well, all of that, they are not well funded. The politicians are taking the money. They are not deploying it with the security forces. They are not well trained. They don't have, their morals is very low. Their morale is very low. A lot of them wouldn't want to go and die for you, because when they die, their wife will be there. There's nothing to take care of their family. In case any of them dies, there's no insurance that will take care of the wife and the children and pay their school fees. So they're not, the only people who have strong morals to fight back is the village people who are defending their father's land. That's why you need to equip them at the village level. So they're weak. Yes, they're weak. That's why you have thugs taking over country, running over my barracks. And even you have some people trying to bring them back, say they've repented, putting them in the army. What a shame. Somebody like Gumi is doing that, and the Nigerian government is responding to that. You're not going anywhere with that. You need to take people's lives seriously. You should not allow Christians to kill Muslims. You should not allow Muslims to kill Christians. We all need to live together. We have something that God gave all of us to offer others in Nigeria. All groups have something they can do. We need to work together and make Nigeria great, make it a world power.
Now, given the controversies surrounding the Christian genocide, which we saw the reaction of the US and the international bodies not so long, and when we saw the collaboration between the Nigerian government and the US, a lot of people have come out to say, okay, we are now convinced that this is not a case of Christian genocide, but you just mentioned genocide. But with what has happened, would you say there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria or not?
Absolutely, it is. You have about 32 Christians are killed every day. Churches are invaded. I haven't seen Christians invading Muslim churches. I haven't seen Christians attacking and kidnapping Muslims. It's the other way around. So yes, there's a genocide against Christians in Nigeria. If you say it's not, you're deceiving yourself. And there is a point when the world will not tolerate it, and they will invade it like they invaded Germany. And all those people will be taken and brought to justice. I've already told you all those emirs involved, or sultan involved, or king involved, or chief involved, or ex-military people involved, they will all be caught and tried one day, and they will go for it. That's happened in Germany. The Jews were massacred, and eventually the world intervened and rescued them. One day it will happen. Anybody who thinks they can come and attack somebody's land and take your land and go to the ocean to dip Quran is a fool. It wouldn't happen. We will fight back.
So are you saying that the recent collaboration we saw between the Nigerian government and the US is not justifiable, or it doesn't look so real?
It's justifiable. I'm saying it needs to intensify.
It needs to intensify.
And all those people involved directly and indirectly need to be caught and taken to the World Court for trial. You should write down the name of all those people who are sponsoring it. One day, they will be all picked up and they will be arrested for life imprisonment, or they will be sentenced to death. So that's what I'm saying. It will be intensified. It will not stop. The world will not tolerate this to continue.
All right, now let's move away a bit from the problem and look at the possible solution, because we can't use 99% of our time to talk about the problem and just 1% to talk about the possible solutions. You once fight for the office of the #1 person in this country. That's the office of the president. I don't know, from your own assessment, would you say, because there are an argument whether or not the federal government has shown enough political will to fight insecurity in Nigeria. From your own assessment and from your knowledge, would you say this government of the day has shown enough political will to fight insecurity?
They are trying. They are beginning to try, but it's still a failing mark. They are beginning to try to cooperate with the rest of the world, but it's not enough. They need to do more. That's what I have to say. But leadership is the problem in Nigeria. Nigerian people are very talented. All the different Nigerian groups, they are very smart, but you have evil people fanning hatred and enmity instead of us coming together to build a great nation. Leadership is a problem. The people who are elected are not educated. They are not capable. They don't have the capacity. They don't have the interest of everybody in the Nigerian country. Unlike Chinese, the Chinese put in their best brains, their best engineers, doctors, and lawyers in charge. And then they're seriously dedicated to lift the Chinese country up. We were at the same level with them during independence, but they are more serious than us. We are not serious. All people are interested is going and chopping, going there and carrying what you carry and chopping. You know, we used to have Nigerian Airways because of our bad leaders. The airways collapsed. We used to have Nigerian shipping. It collapsed. We used to have iron and steel. I don't know if it's still there. It's a failure. We have refinery. It's a failure. We have to build an economy that's private enterprise economy that's not based on government this and government that. Government this and government that wouldn't work. Nigeria is blessed with all the natural resources that people all over the world come to get the minerals to build. We have aluminum, iron. That's what they used to be playing. That's what they used to be playing. We have lithium. That's what they used to build battery. We have it. We have rubber and petroleum byproduct. That's what they used to build tires. Everything is there. Nigerian people are very intelligent. All of them are very intelligent. When they come to America, they take the first 10%, 5% of the positions. But when they go back to Nigeria, they're all brain dead and something poisoned them at the airport. So we have to change our leaders, the way we think. You know, there's nothing wrong with all people in Nigeria living together. I'm not in support of breakup. I'm in support of good governance that brings everybody together. I'm saying that the kind of people you have now are the worst Nigerians, the worst people that you have in Nigeria, people who should be in prison, they are the one governing you.
Now, when you say the government needs to do more, talk to us about what you think can be done more, or what you say do more. What can they do and what should they do? Because we are looking at how to bring an end to this menace. Every Nigerian have the right to live, go about their activities without fear. So when you say the government needs to do more, can you give us a sense of what more you think can be done?
They can collaborate more with the European Union. They can work more with America. They can work more with NATO, world bodies for security. They are there. They can work more with African Union and West African Union. They can try more. And then politically, they can do things to stop all these people from coming from neighboring countries. A lot of them are calling from Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Chad. A lot of them are coming from there. We need to talk to those people to stop inflow of arms that people are using for terrorism. We will need to bring young people into the security forces. We need to bring in young people from all the different tribes for the interests of Nigeria. Otherwise, they don't have a future. People like you, your age, you don't have a future unless this changes. And then we need to change things. I'm ready to help. That's why I offered myself. I came to Nigeria. I don't need anything from Nigeria. I'm self-made for life. But I came so I can change it so that the black man can be proud. Black people can be proud that they have a country that works. Some countries works like Ghana works. They are better than us. Ethiopia works. They are more serious than us. South Africa are more serious than us. We are the worst. We are supposed to be the leader. And we are messed up in the head. We need to change leadership the way we pick our leaders. That's what I'm saying. And bring our best mind and brain to lead Nigeria.
Now, there seems to be a gap when it comes to trust between the people and the security agencies because according to the reports we have at hand, what happened in Kaduna State. Initially, it was reported, but the police came out to say, no, there was no abduction, before they had to make a U-turn to say, okay, there was an abduction. Now, there seems to be a bridge when it comes to trust. How do you think the people can rebuild trust with security agencies? Because I heard you clearly when you said security is everybody's business, right? When you see something, you're supposed to say something. You're supposed to report to relevant authorities. But there seems to be this gap and this bridge when it comes to trust between the security agencies and the people. How do you think we can rebuild that?
In Kaduna case in particular, you have a state where half of the state or more is Christian and the other is Muslim. You have a state when they're trying very hard to suppress the Christians in Kaduna State. I heard this. Even to be deputy governor, they wouldn't let them be deputy governor. Even to be speaker of the house, they would not let them be speaker of the house. It's like a deliberate attempt to suppress those Christians there, who are there for no reason. So the part of that security thing, there is no adoption. This adoption is all part of the same thing to suppress those people who are in the southern Kaduna area. We need to go past that. Anybody that's involved in that should be dealt with, should be arrested and punished, and they should not be allowed to aspire to higher position. Anybody who is involved in abduction or training those people, terrorists, should not be allowed to advance further in Nigerian politics. If they're running for office, make sure they are not voted for.
All right. Now, if you're to advise this government of the day on how to tackle insecurity entirely, because the government will come out to say, oh, we are doing our best. We've seen the steps taken by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not so long, the deployment of forest guard, deployment of more people into the military and paramilitary. And all of this, we seem to be same spots where we are. So if you're to take if you're to take your time to advise this government on how to fight insecurity, what would your advice or what would your opinion be?
I said it already many times. The regionalized security is good, like state police is good. Bringing the security down to the state level, the local level is good. Hire more people in the military is fine. They're doing some of the good things, but it's not enough. But regionalizing it, taking the security down to the smallest village, that's the key. The fighting of the bandits needs to start from the village, from your house. I said it many times, but nobody's taking it serious. It's the village people that will fight hard, more than people in the federal. So our vigilantes, where I am from, is well allowed. We don't have any problems. We can do anything we want almost 24 hours a day because we have what I'm telling you. But so it needs to be all over Nigeria, have vigilantes throughout Nigeria, get the youth involved to defend their land. That's their future. That's what I have to tell you. State police is good. Localized police. Politically, you need to regionalize the country. We need to regionalize the country so that the power gets closer to the people. So each of the people will defend their area and protect their area, but we need to work together as one Nigeria. I'm for one Nigeria, I'm not for divided Nigeria.
Dr. Nwachukwu, thank you so much. But before you go, one more question. How would you assess Nigeria's security when it comes to intelligence gathering and artificial intelligence? How far would you say we have gone or we have come as a country? Because it's not just about arms. There needs to be this relationship between the security agencies and the villagers, the communities, so many things. When it comes to intelligence gathering overall and artificial intelligence, how would you say, or what would you say Nigeria has come this far? Have we done enough?
Well, like everything in the world and Nigeria, we've gone backward. We've gone 100 years backward. Everybody's gone forward. We have failed as a state because of bad leadership. We haven't found the right people that can jail the country. So that's what I would say. I know they used to gather intelligence, and then those people in the military who are into religious bigotry, they will send information to Boko Haram and tell them that the army is coming, and the Boko Haram will wait for them. So they use it in the wrong direction and the wrong way. We need to elect people who will work for the whole Nigeria. That's the main thing. Find people who are intelligent, who are highly educated, who are like engineers, lawyers, and doctors to take helm of the country. A lot of the people you have now are just thief, chop people. They're there. They're not there for the good of the young people. We must fight for the future of our young people, otherwise we don't have a country.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Anakwenzo. It's been wonderful speaking with you. Our time is up, and this is where we'll have to draw the conversation with you. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you some other time, especially now that the 2027 election is beginning to heat up. We wish to speak with you some other time. Have a great evening, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, as Nigeria continues to grapple with security challenges, incidents like this that happened in Kaduna kidnapping reminds us that beyond military actions, clear communication, accountability, and public trust are essential pillars of national security. The question remains, we are learning from these incidents. Are we learning from these incidents rather, or are institutions evolving fast enough to meet the threat we face? This is where we draw the curtains on today's episode. We'll see you some other time. But before we go, remember, like we always say here, that security is everybody's business. What we expect and implore the federal government to do more, because the only mandate and one of the mandates you have promised the masses is to protect their lives and properties, and that you must live up to. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. We'll see you some other time next week. I am Chinaza Asegu, and may God bless Nigeria. Have a great weekend.